Hello, everybody. They call me Muse, and I welcome you to the Thaumaturge. It's an RPG. It's set in Warsaw, and that is pretty much everything I know about the Thaumaturge. So, I guess the only way we're going to learn more is to click this new game button. Thaumatur is a word deriving from Greek, it means miracles. A thaumaturge, or a tempomancer, is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. They recognise flaws or stigmas imprinted on the human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? Is it possible to fully name the essence of a thaumaturge without being born one? I hope we were born one, otherwise it could be a short game.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more. I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you. I hope your condition hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested. He doesn't know your intention, and with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle. But such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take advantage of those in grave condition who are desperate or seeking help. I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you. Just because we can't see it now, does not mean it doesn't exist. Send word as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe. With as much love as I have. Ligia.
Could you spare a moment for me? I'd like to send a telegram.
Of course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
You're not looking your best.
Thank you.
What's your message?
Interesting first choice. He's been nice to us. He's concerned about our health. He's not been mocking us. Let's just go ahead. We're not going to play a trick on him.
Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope he will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
And payment?
On receipt.
Anything to add at the end?
Yeah, we should send greetings to our sister. She cares for us.
Please add, my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
My name is Viktor Szulski. S-Z-U-L-S-K-I. And Viktor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw. Russia.
And this is supposedly Georgia. Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere, on every map.
Maps change. I know. Let's get on with it.
Pardon?
I was talking to myself. Which way to the village?
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Thank you.
Loony.
Yeah, perhaps we are. Perhaps we're not. We can move. Look at us go. So we're looking for a miracle worker to cure this affliction that we may have. Let's see what our options are. There's a door. So we can't seem to rotate the camera. Here's a letter addressed to Yanko. Invest in the oil business in Baku. The world needs kerosene. Oh, we gained some experience for that. That's nice. Letter to Anthony. Okay, so Konstanty has been conscripted into the Russian army and is almost certainly going to die out there. And that seems to be it for this room. So we've got some sort of companion hovering around beside us that only we can see, only we can hear. Maybe that's the affliction that we're trying to rid ourselves of. And we possess exceptional perception. We can see things that are hidden from sight and anticipate enemies' actions. We can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, and words. Thaumaturgy. A place where you can spend thaumaturgy points, earn upgrades, or look at the capabilities of our saluters. Interesting. So if we right-click, then we can perceive where we're meant to be going. And this newspaper tells us that there's been tragic events in Tiflis. Cossack troops stormed a rally. 60 people were killed, over 100 were injured.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else? There's nowhere to go here, sir. The station, the village, and the cemetery. That's all. A horse can't go any higher.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
Thank you, friend.
I'd be grateful.
Always nice to have someone to shoot the breeze with.
Prologue, hoping for the better.
Nothing to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a goal. I've just knocked the graphics settings down from epic to merely high. Because the game is hitching slightly here and there. Hopefully that will resolve it to some extent. What have we here? Yeah, the proletariat are going to rise up and depose the Tsar. Excellent news. No, we could talk to Luca.
You guys already got what's yours this week. Molchat, we're here to keep order and that don't come free. It's getting colder, so the price is getting higher.
Hey, T. Nice boots. Are they warm?
A proud answer. It draws from your flaw of pride, but also feeds it even more. So we've got flaws, I guess, but if we use them too much, it could cause problems. Let's be proud. Ah, indeed, these boots are warm.
Actually, I have particularly warm boots. Thanks.
And sooner or later, these might kick their arses. Don't tempt me, Luca. Don't tempt me. Give me a sec. Got to sort out formalities with this tourist.
It's your Znami. We're the Tsar's soldiers. Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
We get into a tutorial punch-up. Oh yeah. When your enemies lose all their health points, you win the fight. Yes, that makes sense. Let's start the fight. Now, it feels like Knife Man might be a better target, but can we... Yeah, we can. We can just click on them. Quick attack. Planned attack is slow, but deals more damage. Maybe we do go for this guy first, because a planned attack on that guy would take him out in a hit. So he's going to get to go first. Let's give us a little jab. But now we get to go, and that's you out of the way. Yeah, we did get knifed, fair enough. Perception allows you to anticipate the enemy's actions. Unfold the action queue at the top of the screen. Each skill has its own speed, yep. So skills are more powerful, but require preparation. Yep. So we can't take this guy down with a planned attack, but a planned followed by a quick would get the job done. He's going to try and cut us again. At the end of the round. So even if we use a slow attack, it looks as though we're going to attack first. Have some of that, you bugger. And then yeah, we get knifed. That's fine. Quick attack. We'll now finish him off. We can actually get 2 quick attacks in before he could do anything, but that's fine. One's more than enough. Get wrecked.
Serge the Ruski is right. They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
Not that crippled. Didn't miss anything else around about, did I? Don't think so. I guess we're just going to the tavern at this point. Yeah, you two watch yourselves. Oh, the camera's tilting of its own accord. Lovely. Is that a dog?
Good boy.
Who's a good boy? A ladder that we can't use? I guess we're off to the tavern then. Nothing else to do. Newspapers to read though. All you gotta do is give me XP for it and I'll read every bit of dialogue you've got. Prince Napoleon Bonaparte has just arrived in town. Interesting. And it seems as though chatting to Rasputin is our only option.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time, and...
And you expected a stinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
Yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe in?
I want to see for myself.
If you help me, I'll believe all of it. And please believe me when I say I've tried everything short of a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
Let's explain.
I first learned of you in Paris. A charismatic miracle worker from Russia. I even heard about you from my doctors. By the time I got to Petersburg, you were already gone. I've crossed almost 3 continents, through Siberia, India, and half of Europe. But if you're asking me about my origins, I'm from Poland.
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Viktor Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
We'll give it a try.
What would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
Prayer beads. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Rasputin has magnetic zeal and passion. One has to be careful not to get burned by the flame of his ardor.
Have you figured anything out yet?
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
So, observations are information that you acquire by interacting with people and items. They lead to conclusions, a valuable source of knowledge about the world and events that can help in different situations. So we can use our perception. We can read people's emotions, actions, words and thoughts. In order to recognize them, we must develop heart, deed, word and mind dimensions. So each one of those corresponds, I guess. Emotions to heart, actions to deed, words to word, and thoughts to mind. On some items we find traces. They can be unknown, they can be familiar, they can be certain. They're revealed once you pass the test of perception on the item.
Let's take a look around.
Okay. So let's pulse some perception in this place. And see what we can see. There is something over there. Oh, that's just Rasputin himself. Okay. Behave yourself, cats. Ah, these sparkly red things are what I'm looking for.
Damn it.
So we'd need more mind to understand what that hair cloth is going to do for us. And then we have this.
Who would have thought there were such layers of passion within it?
A prayer book. Okay, Rasputin's passions, we can conclude. The priest has passion. The mask of a healer conceals an outstanding lover, irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Very well. Is there anything else in here that we can read? Now that I know I'm looking for little red sparklers, let's just double check.
Maybe I will try later.
A dirty bowl. So once we level up our abilities, we'll be able to read more into these various things. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. Okie doke. Rasputin, you sexy man.
What have you learned, wizard?
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend. Have a seat. Tell me again, Why were you looking for me?
Let's just go ahead and ask him about our problem.
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild saluter, and that ended with me losing contact with my first saluter. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there. Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind... I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
Should we feed our pride even more, or shall we... I don't know if we can pay him well. I also don't know if he wants to be paid well.
I don't have much dignity left. I'm prepared to beg for your help.
That won't be necessary, Victor. I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my voice. You are safe. As long as you can hear my voice, you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me...
Where am I? Rasputin. There's no one in here.
Okay, a bit of hypnosis. We can still use our perception. Is that Upir? Well, they're gone.
I need to get out of here. What is this sound? Shackles?
Yeah, perception's not doing much for us at the moment.
You're blind. You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind.
Bit rude.
Do you hear me? Do you? Do you?
I can see, Father. Clearly.
Will you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
I'm just heading out. It's so good to see you again.
Good.
And something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutar, unbound by a pact. A wild one. And if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
She just wants to sweep. But we've got back Upir, it seems. We've recovered our Salutor. And now we need to find this wild one, possibly, that's in the village. So that we can stop them from causing any harm to people, I would guess. Quests have multiple objectives. Sometimes the path is so mysterious it eludes even an experienced thaumaturge. Very well. I assume if we use perception, it sort of doubles up as both the pulse that allows us to look around at things and also a guide as to the direction we could be running in. So we need to find Rasputin and find the person with the flaw. And we can switch between them. They're both in that direction, it seems.
What do we have here?
What do we have here?
They'll go gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found.
I'll help.
That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
Dropped apple. Vesna was trembling, dropped a fruit basket, and left this orphan behind. A heart fluttering in panic, and a throat painfully clenched. Bite this apple with taste of pure fear. Are we able to draw any conclusions from that? Ah, we got 2 points, maybe. Yes. Purchase skill upgrades, improve powers within any dimension. Wonderful. So, this looks as though we're going to get different Salutors, and they control different aspects: heart, mind, deed, word. And then maybe there's 4 more down the line as well. So we're probably going to have to specialise at some point. Dimension Force Heart is 1, enhanced by Pride. So perhaps as we pick up other flaws or similar, then we're going to enhance other areas. What if we develop this? Gamble, 60% chance of dealing double damage. And it adds a point to the dimension of heart. Should we develop one of the others as well? Let's develop mind. We'll be heart and mind for now. I'm wondering if I could have put in a point earlier whilst we were in the tavern and used it to learn more about something, because there were things in here that needed to be looked at, although it seems as though they're no longer there. Okay, so this is not the way forward, but it might have things that we can discover.
Am I sensing?
I am. What am I sensing? That requires word 1. A wooden box. We could knock on, but I feel that house is related to that item, which we don't have the word for yet. Dish shards. So there was a quarrel. Vesna was involved. And an axe shaft. That belongs to someone else. The shaft is overgrown with the thorns of bitter words. But there are others. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns. A love that's difficult but not accepting of violence. A lover of Vesna's, maybe? A married couple don't mince their words. They argue violently and loudly. But they persist despite everything. So I guess that's Vesna and someone else. And they live in this house, perhaps. But we'd need some word to be able to understand more about them.
Am I sensing?
Yes. Do I need to keep pulsing that perception, or am I just sensing things as I go? Someone strangled a goose. They hate Bogdan. And they're envious of Bogdan. So that was Bogdan's goose, I guess.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much. And he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
Okay, so the wise woman wants to settle the dispute. Otherwise it will come to fisticuffs. We know that the goose was strangled. We have got points in heart, haven't we? So we can calm him down.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, it's... I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside, and tell me what you're doing here.
I wonder if she's aware of what I did exactly. Salt on the doorstep. Okay. All sorts of stuff we could have a look at here. A diary of a priest and an unfinished letter. Okay, so it looks as though her son has buggered off and wants to be more Russian than Georgian, I guess. Nothing on the other side of the room? No.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
We are lacking clues to ask some of those things. We'll come back later.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
I don't want to blunder into a conversation whilst I don't have everything at my disposal. Yeah, what are you going on about, Bogdan? You talking about the magic I used to calm down your neighbour? I guess so. That might be it for the village now. We might have no choice but to head out and speak to Rasputin. And find the flawed person as well. Hello, friend.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
So we could potentially use our power to change the coachman's mind. We'll leave for now.
I'll be right back.
So using thaumaturgy, you can manipulate other people, as we've already discovered. First, you must know a person's secrets, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change, and the Upir will appear next to the character. Very well. a shovel. So the coachman had to dig up the wagon's wheels because they were sinking into the soft mud. Maybe that's all we need to learn to allow us to go back to the cemetery. Well, off to the cemetery. We haven't been there yet. Although we've also got a rag. So it was an effort to dig out the coach. No one would help. That's unfortunate. All he wants is just a moment of rest. Maybe we can just go? Don't you worry about it, friend. We'll go. We'll bring your coach back. You put your feet
I'm
up.
not going anywhere.
Or maybe we just magic away his fatigue. That also works.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Thanks, pal. I hope the horse is going to survive this. Poor thing. Looks as though fog is blocking off any other paths, and our only option is to enter the cemetery itself. What do we find here? A number of people, including friend Rasputin.
So that's how you want to play.
Elder Vasily's grave. Died only a year ago and his tombstone has been damaged. Who's done that? Looks like taking a point in mind instead of deed or word. Might not have been the best choice in the early game, but hey ho. I guess I'm going to have to balance things out to some extent, but I'm probably going to specialise in something down the line. We'll see what. I don't think there's anything else around here though that needs to be looked at, so Rasputin.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
You definitely did.
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
Let me tell you what's happened.
I see him. My Uper. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in the cemetery.
Fair enough. Why are we in a cemetery?
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafiets.
Okay, we've learned about Doom. They might be right. What sort of ill fortune are we talking here, though?
What changed in the village after the elder died?
It's all dreadful, sir. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. When folks get to arguing now, they're so hot-headed, before you know it, they're at one another's throats. Ladies have no patience for kids, nor lads for ladies, nor neighbors for neighbors. Any word might seem offensive and like an insult waiting to happen. Then you've got to fight.
Tragedies such as Vasily's death leave their mark on everyone. It takes time to come to terms with something like this. That doesn't mean this place is possessed by dark forces.
So I'm thinking a Salator then that is powered by the Flaw of Wrath could be something that we're dealing with. Maybe the Elder was a Thaumaturge and it was his Salator and now it's unbound in some way, if I'm understanding how everything works in this world.
How did this elder die?
There was a fire, sir. Flames shooting sky high, and him burning, swearing, speaking curses. And the curse stuck. Those ruins seem a profaned place now. A wicked spirit has taken over the blighted land.
Don't encourage her. Once she gets going, it can't be stopped.
This could also be the work of a Salita.
What do you mean?
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a Salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in Wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
A lich called Bukovac is what we've learned about. Possibly. Oh, we've got another point. So we could put one in deed. I'm not sure what focus is yet, but we can restore it thanks to the point we put in mind. We can possibly reduce the focus of our enemies if they are suffering. Let's develop that. And now we can learn something more over here, perhaps. Stone strikes against stone. The tombstone cracks and crumbles. But it's not enough. Okay, I guess that's not going to give us anything more right now, but it might unlock some more conversation options with somebody somewhere. I want to find the person with the flaw as well. Now we've got options. We could go to the homestead, or we could go back to the village and find the flawed person. It might be that lady who was angry at us for touching her apple. What's this? A protective charm. Is it working? Hard to say. Now it's saying we need to go this way, perhaps. Oh no, it's sending us in two different directions. But now it seems like the one that was pointing that way is no longer active. Am I understanding that right? Maybe that's what it means when it was talking about my perception. Sometimes not being strong enough to pick up on things. I'm not sure. The person with the flaw was definitely supposed to be in this village. But now it is only pointing me back towards the entrance. Maybe we do knock on.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Help! Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Okay, we've got into a rumble, it seems. We could adjust our upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in the designated spot on the skill icon. Each upgrade takes some space. Choose wisely. Right, okay. So we've got quick attacks, planned attacks, damage over time, and influences. So we could put that on there. Is that how that works? Quick attack. Inflicts damage, 6% chance of double damage. Good. Thief of Thought reduces focus if the enemy is suffering. Relaxation restores our focus. Let's put relaxation on our planned attacks. I don't know if Thief of Thought is that useful to us yet, because I don't know how we make people suffer. But we'll drag it on anyway, because why not? And now we'll have a rumble. Ah, strong attacks and focus. In order to launch a strong attack, you must take away all their focus, causing them to enter the breakdown state. So that's like a finishing move. They're not in the breakdown state, so we could reduce their focus. They've only got 1 point. Planned attacks restore our focus. Deals 23 to 24. So, let us reduce his focus. And then we've got time to do other things as well before this first round ends, perhaps. But they're not broken down as of yet. Can we cancel what we've already chosen? Yes. So we could launch a quick attack, and then we could reduce his focus. Double damage, nice. And now he's broken down. Cool. So we could launch a strong attack for 23 to 24 damage. And then we could launch a quick attack just to finish him off, perhaps. Or do we have... Ah, we have bonus attacks with Oop here, maybe. Not of this world. Inflicts damage, restores your health points by half of what you've lost. Well, the fact that it's a quicker maneuver means it will come off before anything else. So, get punched. And get killed? Mayhap we've just killed that man. This looks like a short round, so we might not be able to get 2 attacks in this round. More health points, the higher the damage. That just inflicts damage. So yeah, you get broken down. Our lad in the back is ready to attack, but we're also going to hit a strong attack. Good damage. Bam.
The devil sent you.
Okay, everyone survived.
Say that. Sure.
The village residents. They are impetuous, irritable, and eager to pick a fight. Yeah, so I'm thinking wrath is involved here. They are flawed. They're trying to defend themselves against this dark force with folk methods. Wonderful. Good for them. I guess knocking on again might not help. But we'll try it. What's the worst that happens? We get another fight?
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please, please.
Okay, it doesn't cause another fight, but it also doesn't help. And now I see on the mini-map that we are in the right sort of area to find the person with the flaw. But we haven't found them yet. I assume it's someone we can talk to. Okay, the wise woman has nothing else to add at this point. Using perception next to individuals might reveal who we're looking for. It's hard to say. Nobody seems to be special in any way. There's a group over here. Are any of you flawed? Can I speak to any of you? It seems not. I'm going to assume that it's Vesna who I'm looking for, but given as we can't get into her place at this point in time, and there's probably nowhere else to gain the XP I'd need to get a point in word, maybe we'll just go and have a look at the homestead.
What do you expect to find in this place? The fire was almost a year ago.
Time doesn't matter much here. I'm looking for clues and personal traces that will lead me to whoever is carrying the flaw that lured the Salutor here.
I see. I thought I could be helpful to you, but I don't really understand what you're telling me.
We can explain what traces are.
People always leave behind individual bits of their personality, even on everyday objects and such. I can decipher the thoughts and actions imprinted on these objects, and then match them to their owner. This lets me gather immense knowledge about a person, especially if I need to find someone.
What else can you do?
Let's tell them about the flaws.
Above all, flaws are deeply hidden marks left on human souls. They form under the influence of tragic events.
What does that have to do with salutors? Is that Latin?
Yes, from the word newcomer. People have always taken salutors to be spirits, demons, or imps.
Like from those fairy tales, the wise woman and the other old crones tell the locals.
Sometimes, those sorts of fairy tales and legends describe how humans perceive a salutor. They don't take a physical form. Salutors are attracted to the flaws hidden within people. Thaumaturges discover these flaws inside someone, bring them to the surface, and adopt them to lure the salutor. Those are the moments when I've usually failed. I haven't been able to hold on to a salutor. I didn't know how to bind one to myself.
What about you? Do you have a flaw?
We can be honest with Rasputin.
I bear the flaw of pride.
I wouldn't have guessed.
And now? Thanks to your help, I can once again discover people's flaws and the salutors hiding behind them. And I think I'm now able to catch my second salutor.
But it could be dangerous.
If I do manage to catch another salutor, that would be a very rare occurrence, in fact. An ordinary thaumaturge wouldn't even try more than once. Only a few have multiple salutors.
Why?
Yeah, let's tell him what happened, because I'd also like to know.
Some have lost their lives trying, others their senses. I was close to madness. I lost my sense of reality. I didn't know what was true. But I know I can do it. I'm almost 100% sure.
Isn't this exactly the sort of thinking that caused your problems that led you to me?
That doesn't matter anymore.
Then what's changed?
This time, I've got you with me. Why did you want to come here with me?
I have never gotten to know a thaumaturge so closely. I'd like to learn as much as possible about your abilities.
I need to look around this place a little more.
I won't stop you.
Excellent. So looking around this place a bit more is going to be the order of the day. But it is going to have to wait till next time, I think. I'm really enjoying this so far. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. And hopefully you'll continue to do so next time when we delve a little deeper into this burned homestead. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.